Hello friends, in this video we'll overlook the concept of PCR technique. Friends, PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction. It is an in vitro technique of gene amplification. So what is meant by gene amplification? The gene amplification is an increase in the number of copies of desired gene sequence artificially. PCR is a method widely used to rapidly make millions or billions of copies of specific DNA sample by using very small sample of DNA. This immensely useful technique was invented in 1983 by the American biochemist Kary Mullis. Now we'll proceed towards the procedure of PCR technique. The basic requirements of PCR techniques are: first is a DNA sequence to be amplified. Obviously, as we are carrying this technique to amplify DNA or gene sequence, we must have the sample of DNA which is to be amplified. So, the DNA sequence to be amplified is the first requirement. Then, secondly, we require primers. As we know the process of DNA synthesis, firstly primer binds to the DNA strand and then DNA polymerase enzyme carry out the further process of DNA synthesis or DNA polymerization. Therefore, the synthetically prepared short oligonucleotides, which may be 17 to 30 nucleotide long, primers are needed, which should be complementary to the sequence of DNA to be amplified. Okay, so that primer can bind to the DNA sequence which is to be amplified. And we know that the DNA is a double helical structure. Therefore, two primers are needed for two strands of DNA. One is for forward direction DNA synthesis and one is for reverse direction DNA synthesis. So, the synthetic primers which are complementary to the DNA to be amplified is the second requirement. Then, we know that DNA is a polynucleotide molecule. That means it is made up of multiple deoxyribonucleotide molecules. So, we require mixture of multiple deoxyribonucleotide molecules. That means the deoxyribonucleotide adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymine. And finally, DNA polymerase enzyme is required to carry out DNA synthesis. As this procedure of PCR is carried out at high temperature, therefore thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme is needed, and usually Taq DNA polymerase, which is isolated from the bacteria Thermus aquaticus, is used. This Thermus aquaticus DNA polymerase remain functional at high temperature. So these are the four basic requirements for PCR techniques. Now we will see the different steps of PCR technique. The first step is heat denaturation. In the first step of PCR, the two strands of DNA double helix are physically separated at high temperature in a process known as heat denaturation or nucleic acid denaturation. About 91 degrees centigrade temperature is used in this step, and heating breaks the hydrogen bonds between the two strands of DNA to make single-stranded DNA. After DNA denaturation, the second step is primer annealing. In this step, the temperature is lowered and the primers bind to the complementary sequence of DNA. This step requires temperature at about 55 degrees centigrade. And finally, the third step is polymerization. The single-stranded two DNA strands becomes template for DNA polymerase to assemble a new DNA strand from the free nucleotide mixture. Thermus aquaticus DNA polymerase enzyme carried out this process of polymerization of DNA. This step requires the temperature of 72 degrees centigrade. These three steps constitute a single cycle. procedure can be repeated up to 30 cycles so that the original DNA template or original DNA sample is exponentially amplified. And we can make billions of copies of specific DNA sample by using very small amount of DNA sample. In this present figure, we can observe the summary of PCR technique. In first step, denaturation of DNA sample is carried out at a high temperature, that is at about 91 degrees centigrade. Then, in next step of primer annealing, two primers attaches to the two single stranded DNA at about 55 degrees centigrade. And then, Thermus Aquaticus DNA polymerase carry out the process of polymerization or the process of extension of primer at about 72 degrees centigrade. By the end of this first cycle, from two single stranded DNA strand, we obtain two double stranded DNA or four single stranded DNA strand. As you can observe in this figure, as PCR progresses, the newly generated DNA is itself used as a template for replication, and thus the original DNA template is exponentially amplified. So you can observe in this figure, by the end of first cycle, we can make 4 single stranded DNA by using 2 single stranded DNA. Then in next cycle, these 4 single stranded DNA acts as a template and we can make 8 single stranded DNA by the end of second cycle, and so on. Therefore, the number of DNA strands increases exponentially at the end. This is all about the PCR technique. Thank you.